Hello, kiddies. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. You're listening to Drop the Mic.
The Howling. Somewhere in this city, in this human jungle, it begins.
Just try. He's right there.
What do you see?
What's there, Karen?
What do you see, Karen?
What's there?
Somewhere in these woods, in this primal, sensuous, secret place, lies an experience too terrifying for words. And now, all anyone can do is watch and wait.
Tonight I'm going to show you something. Make you believe.
The Howling.
Welcome back to our San Diego podcast. We are Drop the Mic. I am your host, Wesley the Swan Swanson. Alongside me this time, we have James Warney back in action. What's up, man?
Oh yeah, what's up, guys?
So as I announced on our part 1 of episode 239, I believe it is, this is the double bill part 2 Howling review, where I was lucky enough to get James back on this episode to discuss the film with me, which I'm pretty excited about. So thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so this week we did a double bill. Well, I did Pumpkinhead, the part 1, which is out streaming now if you want to, and I broke them up so that way if you're more of a Pumpkinhead fan and you don't care for the Howling, you can listen to the Pumpkinhead piece alone, or you can tune in to hear what we have to say about the original Howling, the only one that's worth a damn, in my opinion. But yeah.
And now for a special news report, brought to you by Drop the Mic.
Do you have anything? You better have something, because I know some big stuff happened since we've spoken. So, what do you have for us on the news front, man?
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump right into Marvel/Disney right now. I don't know if you heard about this, but it looks like Marvel or Disney actually is suing the heirs of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Yes.
I guess their lease or basically the right that they hold for those characters are coming out, or they're running out of time. Basically, they're up, and from what I read, if I understand it correctly, that the families can kind of take ownership of those characters. Specifically, the main ones that Marvel wants to keep is basically anyone in the Avengers, along with Ant-Man. Anyone who's been in the Avengers movies is up for grabs. The lease or whatever they call it is going to be up, and they're suing the families to keep ownership of those characters. They're claiming that they're theirs. They basically made those characters what they are today, which is true. But I'm assuming that they'll probably settle this outside of court, or pay them generously for these characters. What are your thoughts on that? The Marvel trying to keep these characters.
Well, I think it's interesting that they would jump right on. I know it's scary because their livelihood is based around Iron Man and some of these big characters that are in question now, but at the same time it's like, it seems like people are so quick to be like, yeah, Marvel should do that, and it's like, no, Marvel has a shit ton of money. They're a big, corporation. Like, why were they so quick to sue the estates instead of saying, hey, like, can we, work something out, or just come into some kind of partnership the way that it should be? You know what I mean? It's not like Marvel is hurting for money, so it's kind of confusing for me that they would jump to, especially just getting out of the whole Scarlett Johansson thing and settling that, and then they jump right back into something like this, and I don't know all the fine tuning stuff about the whole situation, so maybe there's a bigger picture that I'm missing, but it just seems like they've kind of blown this out of proportion, and when they could have just been a little more civil about it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the families are definitely, they have a very slim chance, if this did go to court, for them to even be able to afford to keep up with, Disney and Marvel in terms of the types of lawyers and stuff that they would be able to afford, rather than, I'm not saying they're not broke. Those, the families aren't broke by any means, I'm assuming, but I don't think they'd be able to keep up with Marvel and Disney in those money-wise, basically.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't really be a fair fight anyways if they did go to court. But like you said, I think they're probably going to work something out, some type of partnership or something like that. But moving on, you did mention that Scarlett Johansson did basically won her settlement with Disney. And I think the number was like $40 million that she was paid outside of court that they settled on.
Yeah.
This was because she lost. She claims that her contract was broken by Disney because they released the Black Widow on early access for Disney Plus members, and she lost a lot of her revenue. She's claiming a lot of her revenue was lost from the box offices, because she was supposed to get a percentage from that as well, and she was told, I guess in her contract, that was not going to be released on Disney Plus. So they settled outside of court with a $40 million payout, and then after that, she went on record saying, "I'm grateful for Disney and Marvel for everything that we've done, and I look forward to working with them in the future." And she's actually working on a Tower of Terror film with Disney. That's also going to be coming out. I think it's in pre-production, so I think they're working on scripts and stuff like that, but she's attached to that right now. That could all change by the time the script and everything is done, but as of right now, there's a Tower of Terror movie coming out based on another Disney ride. I haven't seen Jungle Cruise, but to me it looked pretty crappy. I mean, if you've seen it, I mean, you're making movies off of rides that don't really need to be made. I don't know. It's just another. For some reason, I feel like Disney does this a lot. Well, people are going to see it regardless because it's Disney, and then you get all these, these A+ actors to come in for these types of movies. Scarlett Johansson, The Rock, Emily Blunt, in The Jungle Cruise. But anyways, if you saw it and you liked it, good for you. I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything really about it. To me, it looked kind of crappy, but I'll probably end up seeing it when it comes out on Disney Plus for free. But yeah. Oh, yeah, and Black Widow is available on Disney Plus right now for free, now that it's had some time to be released in theaters and everything like that. So check it out if you haven't. What else do we have here? It looks like we're getting a That 70s Show spinoff. It's going to be focused around Red and Kitty, if you know those characters. That's Eric Foreman's mom and dad. It's going to be called That 90s Show. And it's going to be a Netflix original.
So with that, we're only going to be focusing on the parents?
From what I've heard, it looks like they're going to be raising, or helping with raising, Eric and Donna's children or child. So I don't know. I don't know where Eric and Donna are in this, but from what I've read, that's what the whole premise is, and basically where they are now, or where they are in the 90s, 20 years later.
I mean, I don't think Topher Grace is too busy. I wonder why. Unless they're just trying to keep some stuff a secret. I can't see them not making at least some brief cameos the way that they did for Fuller House, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know. I don't see it being as successful without them, or without at least cameos from, all of the cast.
Yeah, it would be a huge missed opportunity for them not to come back in some capacity or at some point,
Oh, yeah. I know. Ashton Kutcher had a really good stint on Netflix with his show that he had.
The Ranch, right?
The Ranch. Yeah. I think Danny Masterson was involved in that, but he ended up getting booted because of some pretty bad stuff outside of the show.
It's not funny. It's not funny, but
no, it's not. It's not at all. But yeah. Yeah, so I think hopefully everyone can make a cameo, or at least, appear in the show every once in a while, probably except for Danny Masterson. But let's see here. Ezra Miller's The Flash has officially wrapped. This was last week, so that's pretty fun, a pretty cool thing. We're probably going to see some type of trailer or teaser for the DC fandom that's going to be happening this Saturday, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. So check that out if you have the time. I know it's going to be I think it's an 8-hour live event on, I think it's on YouTube. But check that out if you have the time. And if you miss anything, I'm sure they're going to have clips all over the place, all over YouTube anyways. So that's pretty cool. And then we have James Gunn is officially developing another DC Comics project other than Peacemaker. So I think I talked about this a little bit earlier, a few episodes ago, that he was in talks or doing some type of like a sequel to Birds of Prey or Gotham City Sirens, something like that. But as of right now, he actually said earlier last week that he is indeed working on another project with DC, but he can't say what it is. So could be another movie, could be another series. That's up for speculation. How do you feel about James Gunn coming back to that universe?
Honestly, I really liked his vision of the Suicide Squad. I'm excited for Peacemaker, and I'm glad that he's dipping his toes in once again, and I'm pretty excited to see what it's gonna be.
Yeah, this guy, he's so busy. I mean, he's currently working on the Guardians 3, and then he's doing a holiday special. I think they're actually filming the holiday special now, or they've already filmed it. I'm not sure, but they're coming out with a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special that's going to be coming out sometime in December. I'm assuming Christmas Day, but I can't say for sure the exact date, but there's going to be a Christmas special coming out if you didn't know that already. Yeah, I'm excited for him. I think some people hate him for whatever reason, and I don't know, I like his stuff. Some people say he makes too many dick jokes in all of his movies, but that's him. That's his, his humor is kind of a little dirty anyway, so whatever. If it's not your cup of tea, then don't watch it, I guess. Disney Plus is also developing a WandaVision spin-off series starring Catherine Hahn. So this is going to be centered around her Agatha character from WandaVision.
Okay, exciting.
Yeah, it looks like Disney is actually doing a crap ton of spin-off series off of their Disney Plus series. So we're getting a Monica Rambeau series, I don't know how to pronounce this actress's character's name. I think it's Zai Ling. She's from the Ten Rings, the movie that just came out from Shang-Chi. I guess they're working on a spin-off series with her. super interesting stuff. And I think my last bit of news, where is it? So Will Poulter, he